one of the questions I had asked, and it would have been the question of the week.
The 3 count question of the week.
On the show last week, but obviously we didn't go live. And it was what is the Undertaker's greatest match? And I'm going to kind of split this up and do 2 parts. What was his greatest match, and then what was his best moment? Because I think those are two different things. And the Undertaker has had a lot. I think a lot of both. He's had a lot of great matches, and he's had a lot of great moments. So I'm going to start off. And then with the best match, and then I'll go around, and I'll come back to 2 honorable mentions because I don't want to steal anybody's thunder with my honorable mentions. But to me, the Boneyard match is his best match because, and I know it's like the cheesy, it's like the recency bias, but between that, the build to it, the match itself, and then it ties to the documentary, and it's at least as of right now, how he chooses to walk away and how he chooses to end his career, and it could not have been better. And I might be Tim. I might be. To me, it's perfect. It's perfect. I have watched this match so many times already. I'll probably watch it countless times again before I'm all said and done. But to me, Boneyard match stands at the top. Ryan, how about you?
For match itself, oh man,
it's hard. It's hard.
It is hard because in my mind, matches and moments blend so well together in the WWE that I don't want to be the guy that has the same match as the same moment. So I'm going to say Undertaker, Shawn Michaels. Really, one of their 2 Mania matches, I think, either one would be fine. I don't know. I don't remember what numbers they were.
26 was the first, 27 was the second, correct? Or
26, the one out in Arizona?
25 and
26. That right?
25 and 26.
24 was Edge, 23 was Batista.
Damn it. And I've watched all of those matches in the last week, by the way.
22, Mark Henry. 21, Randy Orton.
See, the thing is, that Batista match, I don't think I've ever seen that match before.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Because
it has no business being as good as it is.
That one was definitely in my break from wrestling time period. And I know I did watch some I love your name, Matt, by the way. I just saw that. So yeah, if you're just listening on the podcast, you got to check out the video because there are some name changes going on the video. But yeah, that Batista match was real good. Ryan,
what were you doing in your time away from wrestling? Was that college, right? It would have been college.
Yeah.
So that was your drinking and your furry phase.
Oh, without a doubt.
Okay, yeah. So let's just say the one there in Arizona, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, best match.
All right, Matt.
Real humdinger.
Kobe. Mine is also an Undertaker Shawn Michaels match, but it's the one from Bad Blood in Your House, the Hell in the Cell, the introduction of
Kobe.
Kane, that set up the feud then between Michaels and Hart. But I just think that match just had enough in it, like introducing Hell in a Cell to WWF at the time, or E now, alone is just a staple. So it could go my answer for both in terms of his biggest moment, but in terms of matches, that's the one that I kind of watch the most when I'm wanting to watch an Undertaker match.
Real good. Tim.
Kobe.
For me, now is this my favorite Undertaker match or the best Undertaker match?
However you choose to interpret the question.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to do both. The best match is
Taker's your guy, right? Taker
on any given Sunday. My favorite wrestler could be the Undertaker, Sting, or the Great Muta.
Okay,
and obviously it is the Undertaker right now.
Gotcha.
If we're talking about the best Undertaker match of all time, it is Taker Shawn 1 from 25. Because there's no stakes involved, like, you know that, like, it could go either way. My favorite Undertaker match is, of course, the Boneyard match. I do love the Boneyard match a lot. But my favorite moment is actually the moment that took place on this day 22 years ago, which is it is on this day 22 years ago that Mick Foley died for our sins off the top of a Hell in a Cell.
He sure did.
And Undertaker yeeting Mankind off the top of the Hell in a Cell and then yeeting him through a Hell in a Cell. That those moments live on forever. Like, they are etched forever in the histories of the internet.
Yeah.
There are memes. Jim Ross has got as my witness. He's broken in half.
Right.
Stop the damn match. That man's got a family. That killed him.
The King, yeah. That's it. He's dead.
That's it. He's dead.
It's like, yeah. The ridiculous nature of those spots will never cease to amaze me.
Right.
And the fact that a human being walked away from that, from those moments, is just.
And hearing the stories of that match,
yeah,
from both sides, like, because Taker's like, well, I went in there and I had a busted ankle, so we didn't know what we were gonna do. And Mankind's like, well, this match, there is no steam behind it. We have to do something. So let's start on the top of the cage.
Right. Well,
and Taker's like, well, all right, I come out and I see him on top of the cage, and I'm like, well, shit, I gotta go get him, don't I?
Well, and like, that's the thing too, is like, he said he had a broken ankle going in, like, you know, because there's that spot where he comes down through the hole
in the
and he kind of limps, and like, you know, we're fat guys, we've jumped out of the back of a pickup truck, and you get like that stinger in your leg. That's what
I've jumped off the last step of a footstool and did the same
right
thing.
Like, I just assume that you get that stinger in your heel because you're too fat and the weight came crushing down on your foot. No, he had a broken damn ankle and he's out doing that. Crazy. Mark, your best or favorite Undertaker match?
Well, I'm going to give you two. I think the best one was against Triple H, Hell in the Cell, with Shawn Michaels as a guest referee. I forget what WrestleMania it was, but that was
28.
28, end of an era.
28, when Taker still had the streak going on. Triple H looked like he was going to end it. Michaels had just been retired the year before by the Undertaker. I love the story going into that. I thought it was great.
I think Taker came out to a Metallica song that night too.
I believe so.
Or did Triple H use "For Whom the Bell Tolls"? Maybe
Triple H had used "For Whom the Bell Tolls" at a previous
the year before.
Yeah, the previous Mania.
Okay.
And then I think Taker might have come out to a Metallica.
Was this the "Ain't No Grave"?
No, I think the previous year might have been "Ain't No Grave," because the previous year was when he had shaved his head. Because even though he had beaten, no, this might have been
this is
right,
the "Ain't No Grave."
He had beaten Triple H the year before, but collapsed.
28's "Ain't No Grave."
Yeah, so this was the Johnny Cash.
What a great song, "Ain't No Grave."
Yeah, real good.
Yes, I think that was his best, in my opinion. My favorite was going back when the Undertaker beat Hulk Hogan for his first world title, because at the time Hogan was still, Kobe. I wouldn't say he was at his peak, but he was still drawing, and he was number one in WWF at the time. And for Undertaker to be in there pretty much a year, almost to the day,
right,
to take the title off of Hogan, that was a huge deal back then. And that was in '91, I believe.
Yeah, just pretty unheard of at that point. Just catching up here. Devin says his was WrestleMania 28, the end of an era, Hell in a Cell. Charlie says may not be his greatest, but he loved the boiler room brawl. Frank says the Hell in a Cell versus Foley. We've never seen anything like the brutality top spot and top matches ever. And he also says Undertaker versus CM Punk was really well done, and I went back and watched that match this week. My two honorable mentions for his best match was the first Shawn Michaels match, but then also was the WrestleMania 7 against Jimmy Snuka, and not because it was a great match or anything, but that was my first WrestleMania. That was probably one of the first times that I can remember like connecting like with that Undertaker character. So that
And it's because of the match with Jimmy Snuka that Undertaker is called the Phenom, because he beat the Phenom Jimmy Snuka.
That's right, and
to take the title, take the name.
Obviously launched the streak, which obviously played a huge part in his career. Just catching a couple of the responses on social media. Scotty had said the same thing, the Hell in a Cell with Triple H. There's a lot of those. Nick said that one. A lot of the HBK match, the WrestleMania 25. We had a Taker versus Yoko, William had said, and a couple of Taker versus Kane responses. Somebody had the I think it was Battleground when he took on Brock. No, SummerSlam when he took on Brock a few years ago. That had with the sitting up laughing.